Coach Cam made this shit.
I'm Brenden Kron. This is Rex. Got an AKA?
I was going to say, let's get this shit.
And this is Jammin with Kron and Rex.
Let's get this shit. I just want to start off and address the fact that this is oddly the most hate-filled week we've had.
Dude, it's been weird.
Yeah, and it's been weird because the people listening, they probably won't know what we're talking about because it's happened in like comments or, you know, if you follow us on TikTok, you may have saw a little bit of it. But it's been so weird because we have definitely not shied away from saying controversial things, which in itself I don't think is controversial because we have like 59 subscribers. So if we say something, you know, kind of off the rail, it's not like it's going to make major headlines. So we're kind of safe right now.
Yeah.
It's not like we're like Good Mythical Morning and have to watch what you say.
At least the mentality now is even if tomorrow we hit 1 million subscribers, I wouldn't want to just be like, well, we shouldn't say this because of this. Like, we're going to talk about the shit we want to talk about. And
I'm just having fun with it.
Yeah.
But, you know, on route to that, we've been trying to be a little bit more active, maybe comment on different things. You know, if we just have an opinion and, you know, maybe somebody will see it, come across our page, start watching us. But the interactions we've got, weird. Like, it's been over just, like, stupid shit. Just, we got called, I guess it was me more specifically because I was the one that made a comment. I got called a casual. Yeah,
but real quick before we actually get into what the hate was, how have you felt about all of it?
It's really weird because all of the stuff that's happened, it's, like, very... Like, we're very right about it. Like, it's not like it's a opinion thing. Like, it's not like I just went on Instagram and I was like, Bush did 9/11, and somebody was like, no, he didn't. And then I was like, all right, well, neither one of us can really prove it, so where do we go? It's stuff that we said that very much can be proved. Like, it's not, it wasn't really an opinion, what we were saying. It's kind of... I don't know, and it's just weird how they disagree.
Even if we're like not technically saying it, because the UFC one's very, very obvious that we were like kind of joking. The manner that we said it, it was kind of like a joke.
Yeah,
what was going on.
You can't joke on post about Khabib.
Yeah, and then they responded with something that was wrong.
Yeah,
and like we were technically correct, and that's why I don't understand. But for me, I actually was wondering. Because whenever I first said I was going to start out the podcast, a lot of like some of the friends, some of my family was like, "What happens whenever people like don't like it?" And I was like,
"That's fine."
I was like, "We'll cross that bridge when we get there." But I was like, "That's what I thought." I was like, "I'll be fine."
Yeah.
But I wondered if we seen like a bunch of hate, if I'd be like, "I don't know, man. I don't think we should keep doing it." Like I just didn't know, like, because I've never had that.
Yeah. Well, that guy in particular was really weird because the context to it was Jorge Masvidal praising Khabib Nurmagomedov. For his wrestling, and he said he really liked that shit. And if you've watched, I guess, just the UFC over the past couple of years, you probably know who Jorge is. Yeah. He's fought for the title twice against Usman, and the first time there wasn't really a lot of prep time, so Usman pretty much just held on to him. They grappled for 25 minutes. It wasn't exciting.
Yeah, and then Jorge complained about that.
Yes. Yeah. And so, you know, so I saw the video of him complaining. I saw the video of him praising Khabib for, you know, liking his wrestling style. And I just said this must have been before he fought Usman.
Yeah.
And I was like, I thought it was kind of harmless. But I forgot, if you're commenting on something about Khabib, it has to be about him. Like, pro him. Because if there's one thing that Khabib fans hate, it's fun.
Oh, yeah.
It's enjoying anything.
He just hates fun in general.
Yeah. If there's women there that make it a little bit more interesting to watch or just really not even doing anything. Like, if it literally doesn't do anything for you that they're there, he hates that. If, you know, you enjoy fun knockout finishes, he's not going to do it. No. You know, so that's how the fans are too. And, you know, this guy was commenting back and just saying, he called us a casual for it, which the UFC is so weird about that. Because, like, I know in other sports you have, like, say a major star gets, we'll use Tom Brady. Tom Brady goes to the Bucks, then you see a lot of Bucks fans.
Yeah, you get the
that you never
fans.
saw. Yeah, and that's annoying. Yeah. Because, you know, you're like, oh, well, I didn't see you with the Buccaneers jersey last year, you know, and I get, but it's so weird with the UFC because it's just like, oh, you just start enjoying this sport overall. You're a casual, like what do you? Yeah, like I was introduced to it late. Like it'd be like giving me shit for just now, like watching Family Guy. Like, it's been around for a while, but I just happened to cross it. Like,
you know what it reminds me of? And I think that you'll know
what?
People who read manga.
It really does. Yeah, like, then, you just get into that part?
Yeah.
You're like,
people who only read manga will shit on people who watch anime. Yeah. And that's the same kind of mentality.
Well, I didn't know people called other people casuals.
No.
Like, in real life. Like, I thought it was just like this dude made a comment, he sounded like casual. Like, cause to me, the same nerds that say casual, it reminds me of the same people that would call other dork simps or like chads or betas. It's just kind of those cringy words that you're just like, you actually talk like that? Like you actually saw that word and try to fit it in your vocabulary. Yeah, like, crazy. You know how like we've had like at least in the end of our high school career, the word cap was really popular, and you'd have these like skinny little white guys just throwing those emojis everywhere, and I was like, do you actually like, you heard one song and you're like, this is my life. I will use this every chance I get. And I'm like, I just didn't know people did that. But then he went as far as to say like the podcast sucked and stuff. He's like, I saw your podcast, and I was just like, thanks for the view, man. You know, I was like,
I really appreciate that.
I was like, you would think I'd just like fuck this mom on his bed, fuck this dude's mom on his bed, and I don't know. All I just said, I was like, oh, this must have been before. And then Brenden brought up the good point that it was. Yeah. It was literally before.
So I looked it up, and it was like almost 2 years before.
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, we're not technically wrong.
Yeah, we're not wrong at all. Yeah. And it was a very weird. That was definitely the most aggressive.
Yeah. The other one was on a video where we talked about how we don't like the word vibes.
That was probably like 2 or 3 episodes ago. It definitely wasn't the last one.
It wasn't last. Yeah, it was the one before that.
Yeah. Okay.
So we talked about how we didn't like the word vibes, and it's the same thing as what we just said. Cab, beta, like we just don't like some terms.
I think with vibes, honestly, my problem with it is the context of it or the people who use it, because it's usually like I've used that word before. Like if I'm like,
there's definitely times that like I don't hate it, but
if I'm like going to a sketchy house in downtown Louisville at 2 a.m, I'm like, I don't know, I'm getting bad vibes from this area. But if you use it in the context of like, oh man, you need to put a hammock in here, really pull the vibe of the room together, you know, like harsh, like if someone says harshing the vibes, I think that's where it like gets to a boiling point.
And you
with
even
me.
say that in the video, and then someone commented, and the hate that we got was someone commented and said, just like you said,
because I said I feel like I'm old for hating on terms like that,
and they just said that don't say that you're old, say that you don't have fun.
Yeah,
the origin of vibes isn't old. The origin of vibes started in the 80s, and I just commented back and said, this guy knows the origin of vibes. He must be so fun.
Yeah, dear God, I can't wait for the next time I have a party. I'm gonna invite the fucking scholar of vibes. Like, dear Christ, like the vibes on that dude were awful. That dude harshed the fucking vibes. And, like it was so weird because that was another one that at first I didn't really look beyond that, but I was like, what the fuck was going on in the 80s to where like they're like, this is vibes. Like I don't know, it's this right here. I don't know.
Yeah, which I do want to give a shout out to. A good comment was on that same video. Someone just said, man, the vibes are awful in this one. How good. Like, that's just such a great comment. I was like, I love that.
I wish you could post, like, pictures and comments, like, to reply, because, like, that picture of, like, the vibe check. Yeah. And it's just that. If you have no idea what that picture is, I look like a legitimate psychopath describing that. But no, actually, if you want to be a little more technical about it, I actually did get my online degree in vibes, because vibes became a term in the 40s and then further expanded on to the term that we now know and I don't often use by the not the Beastie Boys, the Beach Boys, the complete opposite boys, still boys, but complete opposite boys, by the Beach Boys in the 60s. Mm-hmm. So, no, you're wrong.
Which is just so weird. Why bring up, be like, you don't even know the origin? if you don't know the origin.
Yeah, and I don't know. Maybe he was just taking a shot in the dark or something. Because it's literally, it was one Google search. I just looked at the origin of the word vibes, and it literally just said Beach Boys 60s. And it was the first thing that popped up. And I was like, all right, cool.
For any of our fans, anyone that's watching, if you want to just talk shit in the comments, this has been fun.
Yeah.
Like, I love the responses. I love responding back. Like, I love a good, nice comment as well. Don't get me wrong. Like, we love those.
We definitely appreciate those more.
Yeah, but if you want to talk shit, and both of us had kind of the same reaction, because I replied to the Vibes one, you replied to the UFC one.
And the other one.
Yeah.
Which isn't hate. It was just a weird... I don't get that one at all. Yeah.
But you replied to that one, and then once you noticed that it wasn't like they're just talking shit. And then, like,
I literally just started like...
angry. You were kind of just like, hey, thanks for the view. And then kind of just like shut it down.
Well, I think when I started to go that direction, it's because I looked at his profile and he had no... Well, I looked at his page. He had no post, no profile picture. He followed 9 people. And I was like, this dude's whole thing is doing this.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not going to... You know, I'm not going to let this dude come in here and harsh my vibes. You know, I'm going to... You know, I'm just going to keep plowing through my day.
Because the guy that I responded to, or the person I responded to, I actually don't know if it's a guy, but the person I responded to... Huh?
Or a person.
What?
You don't know if it's a person.
I guess. Yeah.
So prove it.
True. Yeah. I was like, what?
Prove it.
Fuck are you saying?
If you can't prove it, you're no better than the people we're talking about. People. Who knows?
Fuck it. I'm going to call him person.
Be somebody's chinchilla.
So the person that was responding to me after I said the, like I thought that they would just comment back again and just be like, "Oh, fuck you" or something. Just kind of like,
just
talk shit, kind of play around. But no, they got like really mad, and I was just like, "All right, I'm gonna back off." I was like, "There's no, like, I'm not going back and forth with people that
how do you get this mad online, dude?" Like that's some of the funny shit. I don't know if you've ever tried to like organize a fight online. It is the funniest shit because. You'll go, and granted, you know, I'm 24 years old, so I haven't done this in like since I was in high school. Yeah. But it's so funny because you'll be messaging somebody, you'll be talking shit like "fuck you, you're a bitch," and they're like, "Well, why don't you give me your address? I'll come whoop your ass right now." And you're like, "Well, actually, I'm not home. I'm you know, I'm at my cousin's birthday party," and they're like, "Oh, well, what day works for you, man?" And you're just like, "Well, what about Sunday the 4th?" And they're like, "I'm busy on Sunday, man." Like Tuesday afternoon. I'm free Tuesday. Hey, just hit me up. Hit me up Tuesday. Remind me. I might forget. I got other shit going on. I'm like, all right, see you then, buddy.
Yeah, and then you got to get re-mad.
Yeah.
you got to go back to the text.
I quickly learned you can't do that shit because trying to organize a fight is it takes so much momentum away. You're just like,
it's like, well, meet me here. It's like, well, I'm like 30 minutes away. It's like, I'm not going to be mad in 30 minutes. Like, I'm not.
It's like, God damn, bro, you going to give me gas money? Yeah. Like, God damn.
That's a trip. Like, I'm not doing all that.
I didn't know you lived in Idaho. God damn. My car really ain't that good.
Yeah.
But I think the weirdest one, at least for me, I mean, granted, there's only 3, but... You know, I just like chiming in on stuff. You know, we're pretty music heavy. I mean, insert the title Jammin.
Yeah. Insert Jammin.
Roy starts jamming.
Jam the word jammin.
But, so, you know, I'll comment on things. And this one was talking about Certified Loverboy. And it was just talking about how they think that album's overhated. And I was like, dude, that's great. I was like, I really think it's a good point. So the dude went through, I think it was Rap Debates on Instagram. It's a really good page.
Yeah.
And he was just posting, you know, shit he likes from there. And he even said, and I was just kind of expanding upon what he said, and it got to TSU, which is my favorite song on the album.
Yeah.
Maybe I Miss You Too might be my favorite. It's one of those. But TSU's really good, and he even points out, and he said, after you get over the intro, the song is amazing.
Yeah.
And I just took to the comments and was like, yeah, TSU's my favorite song on there. And I was like, it just sucks because it's not a song you can just... It makes the album to where you can't just set your phone down and go do something else, because the second you hear, TSU ladies... What's up, H-Town?
Yeah.
The women in Louisiana. And it's just, it's a literal minute. And when I say literal, I literally mean literal. It is the most literal I can be about it. It is actual 60 seconds. It's a minute.
Skip to exactly 1 minute, and it's gone.
Think of 2 minutes. Now think of half of that. It's literally 1 minute. Yeah. There's so many ways I could tell you. It's literally 1 minute. And I was just like, it's frustrating. It becomes tedious, especially if you want to listen to that song again. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know. I think of it as like in terms of like listening to it when you're in the shower,
or like in the gym, anywhere where having your phone isn't convenient.
Yeah, and I would say especially those two places because it's not really convenient to be listening to Certified Lover Boy and then TSU comes on. You're like, God damn it, I got to skip through 60 seconds. Mm-hmm. So I just commented that I was like, amazing song, I love it, but having to skip through the first 60 seconds is tedious. And then this one guy was just like, oh yeah, it must be so tedious, literally skipping over 5 seconds. And I was like, dude, I literally just said 60 seconds. Yeah. Like, I know literally is one of the most overused terms nowadays. Like, it's pretty much just, it literally doesn't mean what it means anymore.
It literally doesn't mean literally.
Like, because you hear it all the time, and I mean, I'm not a stickler about that shit. Like, when it's hot and somebody's like, oh, I literally could die, you're just like, no, but I was like, you literally could. I mean, you could. I could fucking kill you. but no, it just frustrated me that it is literally 60 seconds, and he saw me that I typed that, and it was like, oh, literally 5 seconds. And I'm like, fuck you, dude. I didn't know you was a geography major and just loved hearing the various locations in the Southwest. Yeah. Like, I didn't know people were such big fans of that. They're like, God damn, I really want to know these Southwest cities that Drake has been a part of. Like, I don't know. That was just such a weird one because it did nothing. He wasn't disagreeing. Yeah. But he was kind of like, I guess, kind of making, like, poking fun at me, being like, oh, it must be so tedious. Yeah. Like, oh, that must be such hard work. But I was like, dude, I just said I really liked the song. And I was like, it's just, I would, if I had the choice, I wouldn't skip the first 60 seconds. Like, I wish it was the exact same song, just the first literal 60 seconds was gone. And I was like, then it's an amazing song to me. That was such a weird one. Like, it did nothing. He didn't push his agenda. No. Like, it was no opinion.
No, it was just popped in and was like, no.
Yeah.
That was the comment. Pretty much was just, no. And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, right. And I was like, well, that's a weird argument because literally it's 55 seconds longer than you said it was. So, I don't know. It's just been really weird. That definitely didn't, I didn't think that was going to be like the stuff that I kind of, the more I think about the Khabib one made sense because they're not putting up with that shit. If you just started watching wrestling in the past couple years, people fucking hate you for whatever reason. I don't. It's so weird that like their sport. I'll say their sport because if you've been watching it for like 10 plus years, you're like, oh, that's my thing.
Yeah.
It's weird that like their sport is getting bigger and more popular, more mainstream. They're gaining more fans from it, and they're like, I fucking hate it. Yeah. I miss when it was just 8 people. Like, dude, you should be happy. Like,
but it does make sense the way that they speak, calling like others casual and stuff. It does sound like they want to go somewhere and be like, "Hey, have you watched the UFC?" And be like, "No," and then be like, oh,
just like
about.
People that read manga, they just want to sound better than you.
Yes,
when they're not. They're actually fucking nerds. If there's one thing we have on this podcast, it's nerds. No nerds allowed.
No nerds allowed.
We don't jam with nerds.
That's still not true, because we're both fucking nerds. Wait, we are nerds.
We're nerds that fuck nerds.
Yes. Everything that's been said today, true. All of it.
I want the thumbnail for this to be just like those one people that says fuck nerds. Me and my homies fuck nerds. We are nerds. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird elitist mentality. Like, I always think it's funny, like, calling someone a bandwagon, because that probably is kind of annoying. Because, I mean, you're just like, oh, you wasn't here last week, but now you're here. But people literally finding enjoyment from a sport that they're newly introduced to. Yeah. You know, they're like, oh, you're probably just here because of Conor. And I'm like, yeah, that is why I started watching. But why does that upset you? I don't know, like, you watch UFC at your house, you have your friends over,
No, they
that's
don't.
fine.
No,
You
no, they don't. They don't have friends.
Yeah.
That's why they're commenting on that. But
you watch it on your phone in your mom's basement.
There you go.
That's fine. You do your thing. I'll do my thing. You know,
Yeah.
I excuse the fuck out of me because whenever I watch two grown men or women beat each other up, I like to enjoy it. Yeah. I like there to be twists and turns. I like there to be action.
Yeah.
Sorry, two people rolling around on the ground really isn't that fun to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just didn't think that'd be an uncommon thing to. That's just like being mad at people who like buzzer beaters.
Yeah.
You know? You're like...
You didn't watch the whole game.
Yeah.
We've all seen the ending.
Yeah. Like, oh, you didn't pay attention to the bounce passes. You're like, no, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
I just saw a 360 dunk.
Yeah.
I don't care about the bounce pass that set it up. You know, like, it's so weird. It's so weird to be mad at people for having parts of it that they like. Granted, it's... I don't know. I guess maybe it's more like... liking Tim Duncan versus like liking Tracy McGrady.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, there's a level of appreciation to being technically better.
Yes.
And I can like take that in and understand that. And,
yes.
And at the same level, I love seeing very, very technical fighters.
Yes.
But on the night that I have everyone over, we're all drinking, we're having fun. I want to see fun. I wanted to see the technical ones. I go back and watch the technical ones, but we don't invite everyone over and have that for a very technical fights.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying because like a lot of the people we watch it with, like, don't get me wrong, we're not scholars in that subject either, but like a lot of the people we have over, they don't know shit about it. So whenever they just see two people wrestling, they're like, "What the fuck's going on? Are they going to break that up? Like, what's going on?"
And not to say that the boxing aspect isn't technical, it still is, but same difference.
And honestly, it's probably... I could probably compare it to, like, Rick and Morty, to where I don't hate it, but the fans have made me fucking hate it.
It makes me to where, like, I don't mention that I like it.
Yeah, like, dude, Khabib fans are so fucking annoying.
I do hate him.
I like, fighting-wise, I was a fan of him. But if he just didn't say anything after his retirement...
Oh, yeah.
God damn, is he annoying. Like, he has been such an easy target after, because he will not shut the fuck up. Yeah. He talks shit about everybody, and then just doesn't fight. Like,
I think it was Jose Aldo that said it, but I might be mistaken. But someone said that he's realizing now that his career was not nearly as great as he expected it to be. So now he's undercutting everyone else to make himself look better. Yeah. And you didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
Like, we appreciated it for what it was. Eventually, we would have been like, hey, you only fought 30 times and defended the belt 3. You probably aren't going to be the GOAT of your division forever.
And, dude,
but
people probably wouldn't have, like, picked at that stuff so much if he didn't say, like, talk all the shit he did. 'Cause,
the
like,
only time that we would have brought it up is when, say, Oliveira defends it 5 times and people were starting to compare him. We'd have been like, oh, well, actually, there is a good comparison now. But if he just... Now that he's talked about it, I just root for anyone to just be better on his record. Just so we can forget about him.
Like, you talk shit about that division while he was in it. Granted, he did absolutely dominate.
Yeah.
But, like, you talk shit about it. You never even attempted to move up in weight while you was in the UFC. You could have went up in weight. You could have went down in weight. You had other options. You had other opponents. You even had more opponents in your division.
Yeah, and everything that he said, a part of me... All right, so this is what I'm trying to get at. The reason he retired, for the initial reason, was because his father has seen every fight that he's ever been in. He passed away right before the last one. So he said, I already committed to this. I've trained with my father for this. I'm going to do this. I'm done.
How could you be upset about that?
It was such a great story.
It made me like him more. I was like, that's awesome. I was like, good for him.
But the fact that he's undercut himself on that and just been like, well, there was no competition. Like, there was.
There still is.
There absolutely was and is. If you would have stuck to that reasoning, and the fact that he kind of lingered around and was like, well, I might fight again, it's like, did you really care about that aspect, or did you just use that as your excuse to leave?
And it's so weird because he'll keep bringing up Conor, and even Conor has gotten to the point where he's just like, dude, shut up. Like, he's just out there getting fat. Like, shut up. Like,
fight.
Yeah, he's a running back. Like, shut up or just run it back. And he is. He's just out there getting fat. And it's even worse because, like, even if there's a post about, like, Conor or something, one of the Khabib fans will comment on it and just be like, oh, Conor's so mad about this. And like, dude, he didn't even say anything about Khabib. Like, why are you, like, you're commenting like you're protecting him from something he wasn't even mentioned in. And, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's so weird, but especially with us, like, commenting recently, I realize how kind of weird that is to just honestly comment on shit that, like, I don't know, that you don't know the person that commented. I mean, posted it, or you're not replying to anything, and it's just so weird that people even go further to argue with people. Like, there's been plenty of posts I disagree with, and I might send it to you or somebody else. I'm like, hey, look at this stupid fucker. But I'm not going to engage in a conversation with someone I don't know at all. Like, it's just so weird.
It is weird to me. Yeah, it still is.
I'll just scroll past it and be like, oh, that's a good comment, or I'm like, oh, that person's fucking stupid, and go about my day. But then some of these people type full fucking paragraphs and they're like, listen here, you fucking idiot. And you're just like, you really, really don't have anything going. Yeah. Like, that's your... Yeah. Like, I don't know. It's so fucking weird. Especially on porn. Like, don't get me wrong, I always appreciate the, like, comments on porn where it's just like, I don't believe this storyline. It's just, it's funny shit most of the time, or it'll be, like, links or people seeing, like, hey, watch me solo jerk off. But it's so weird to just even go there, just even as a goof, and be like, oh, I'm gonna comment. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, dude.
What are you doing, man? Like, how many videos have you commented on? Like, you're just... Maybe their goal there isn't to, like, find a video jerk off, but I think it's even weird that, like, if someone does jerk off and then they, like, review the video, and they're like, I'm like 4 out of 10 jerk, didn't believe the storyline. Like, I don't know, it's just so weird that people find it necessary to voice their opinion. And granted, I know we're on a podcast voicing our opinion, but this is for people who want to see it, will see it. This isn't just us going to somebody else's thing and being like, well, this is what I think. And I'm just like, okay. Yeah. That's interesting. Like, nobody's literally talking about that, but I don't know. We'll get off of that a little bit, I guess. But so before we get too far away, songs of the week.
I was actually, whatever you were about to bring up, I was going to say, all right, before we do this.
Yeah, we got to go ahead and take care of that.
Yeah, we've almost forgot twice.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Mine this week kind of worked out well.
Yeah.
I went back and listened to Sound and Color, which is the album by Alabama Shakes, and just loved it. Loved it as much as the first time I remembered. I've listened to it probably like 3 times in the full of just the album. Really was loving listening to Brittany Howard, who's the lead singer, and the other artist that I've been loving to listen to this week is Childish Gambino, and they have a song together.
Yeah.
So my song of the week this week is "Stay High," which is Brittany Howard's song, but Gambino's cover, and it is on streaming platforms and stuff. So it's not like some odd out song.
I like that one. I like how that just worked together for you.
Yeah, because I was like, man, I don't know who I'm going to pick. And I was like, both. I was like, perfect.
And mine comes from Corny Barnett. I love this album. I love the name of the song that I picked. I love the name of the album. So it's Corny Barnett. The name of the album is Sometimes I Sit and Think, and Sometimes I Just Sit.
That's great.
I love that. Yeah, sometimes I'll just sit. Sometimes I sit and think. Sometimes I'm just not doing the thinking part, you know? Like, I don't know. I love that. And then the song is Nobody Really Cares If You Don't Go to the Party.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's just talking about, like, maybe she should go to the party, and then the name of the song's like, well, nobody really cares if you don't go, you know? Like, it's not that big of a deal, like, either way. So, you know, maybe take some pressure off of you. But, yeah, that song's really good. This album's really good.
I haven't heard the album. You've definitely played that song for me.
Yeah.
So I've definitely heard that. But, that's awesome.
It's a good-ass song, man.
Yeah.
But, yeah, one of the core things I was wanting to talk about, because last week actually, most of the time we've kind of covered things that we think are, like, maybe gross or things we've noticed, maybe some trashy things that we noticed about us, or And specifically last week, we talked about the whole asshole water bottle thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And
I forgot about that.
I noticed I
tried to forget about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Couldn't. I noticed that I did something really weird, and I was kind of wondering what else could be a part of that, because you're a guy, so maybe you can understand. I was talking.
Like that you didn't say that with much confidence.
I had to think about it. I wasn't really sure. Well, because I had to think about how you'll see. Okay. I had to think about your grooming situation. So last week I let my pubes get very long.
Okay.
Not just last week. It took a long time. It's not just like over a week. It's just I have a mullet downstairs. It's going to be the name of my band, Mullet Downstairs.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
The downstairs mullet.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. No, it's just so
I love that.
Yeah, the downstairs mullet.
Wait, what would that look like? Because it's party in the business in the front, party in the back. So that would mean business in the front, and then my asshole hair.
Ass hair. Just
I can live with that. Either way, I can live with that. But I noticed when I was talking to my girlfriend, I had my hands in my pants, which one is kind of a gross thing to do. Mm-hmm. And then secondly, I was twirling my pubes in my pants.
Oh,
they gotten pretty long at that point.
I'm imagining
I was French braiding them.
Like the curly mustache. Like
I kind of had my hands in my pants, which is going.
Wow.
Yeah, making little pigtails out of them.
So, what do you want to know from me on this question?
That how weird of that. Because guys definitely sit around with their hands in their pants. That's nothing new.
Yeah,
we've all seen it. We've all do it. That's not weird, but maybe because I have to have something to fidget with. Y'all probably noticed my little rubber band ball, but yeah. In that conversation, I even took it a step further and just twirled my pubes.
By no means is it normal. I don't think that's a normal thing that most people are doing.
Yeah. Can you imagine talking to a girl and she's doing that? Like you're on a date with her and she's just twirling her pubes under the table. I know it's gross for guys, but maybe I'm sexist. Maybe. But when I do it, it's gross. I'm already in love with you. But no, so
I can't relate by any means.
By any means.
No, I'm
a butthole hair guy.
I stay completely shaved. Almost.
I usually do too, but there is sometimes I get lazy. Maybe a certain time of the month I get lazy. Really don't have to. So I'm like, fuck it. Let's see where it goes.
Yeah. No, even if there's no chance I'm having sex, I still would say completely shave. Just because I don't like hair like that.
Yeah.
So, that's the reason. And this is weird because I know maybe 10 guys ever that do this, but shave my armpits. I keep my armpits shaved.
I couldn't do that. I have shaved my asshole one time.
That's very different. I promise you it's
it's kind of the same.
No, I know
have shaved my asshole and I've shaved my armpits, and I had both the same feeling of the little prickly hairs after a day or two.
Oh, really?
After you shaved. I already filled the prickly and it's it rubs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because I do it almost on a weekly basis. Yeah. I shave my armpits every week.
Oh, it'll start fucking hurting for me if I do that.
So maybe just over time that I don't have that. Maybe.
Yeah.
But I also don't let it grow out to the point where it is enough to. So I don't know.
Yeah, but I did that to my asshole and it hurt, dude. It fucking hurt. It was every step I took, my cheeks were just building up static electricity and just giving me a rash on my asshole.
I truly think every guy's done it once at least.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Guys don't want to deal with dingleberries. We got to do something. There's just no good treatment, and I don't want to get my asshole lasered. They slip up and just laser in my asshole, and then that'd be the best superhero origin story I could possibly have for my life. You're how'd you get your powers?
You think
I will talk about it.
That's definitely a villain.
Yeah?
You're not being a hero if you get your powers from getting a laser shot in your asshole. I think you're becoming a villain.
I'd probably be in a pretty good mood if I didn't have to worry about asshole hair anymore.
Yeah, I guess.
I
don't know. I think that's creating a villain, not a hero.
That is a very flamboyant Disney villain, though, that would laser their asshole hair. I'm thinking of Jafar. Jafar lasers his asshole hair.
If you say flamboyant villain, it's Jafar, and then you start to think of the others and be they
think of Young Thug.
Yeah. Then you go Scar is flamboyant. I didn't even realize. But Jafar, you're that's him. You're talking about him.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't know if he's gay. But at the very least, he's flamboyant.
He's in the movie. He was trying to fuck Jasmine. Kind of.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's also trying to kill her, so I don't...
I think he's trying to get rid of her because he wants to get to Aladdin.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm thinking so. Oui, oui.
C'est la vie.
So, that actually led me to this list where it was confirmed that this was pretty gross what I did. But this is 30 gross things that we do every day and don't even realize it.
Okay.
So, the whole thing behind this bit...
list?
I've read a couple, and then I was like, I need to save this for the podcast.
Yeah, okay. Because I was going to say, let's say if we do this.
Yes.
Say how often we do it. And then if we don't think it's gross, we'll say.
Yeah. I'll say, I was just wanting to run through them and maybe see how weird these are, because some of them might be fucking weird, you know. So, there's, first, reusing dirty jeans for weeks without washing them. Weeks sticks out to me. That's a long fucking time. I don't wear jeans a lot, so I can't relate.
If I wear like a pair of jeans one day a week, it'll go weeks before I wear those same pair of jeans again. Yeah, and I don't wash them every time I wear them. So that makes sense. But
because reusing dirty jeans for weeks sounds weird.
It's like your work pants that you're wearing every day. If you let those go gross. For weeks, that's gross. Yeah, but
that's gross.
If I'm wearing like jeans once a week, and it goes 3-4 weeks before I wear them again. I'm not washing them.
Yeah, because usually if I'm putting on jeans, I'm just going out somewhere. Yeah. And then when I get home, I take them off, put on shorts, and that was the entire day of wearing jeans. Yeah.
So I don't think that's gross, nor do I think it's weird.
Yeah. Well, no, it can be. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, it definitely can be.
For me, I guess I do it, kind of, and I don't think it's gross, and I don't think it's weird.
I'm assuming a lot of these are going to be contextual, but that one's definitely in context. Wearing already used workout clothes when you just don't have time to do laundry.
It's definitely gross.
It is a gross thing. I would say all of these are definitely gross.
I've definitely done it. This isn't a daily basis, because that's what that list was. It's something you do every day.
Yeah. I think when they say every day, I think it's just common things that people do that we don't realize.
Yeah. I've done it.
I'll do it. I'm probably going to do it again. This week will probably be a week I do it again. It's not planned. It's just...
I don't continuously do it, and I wouldn't even say I do it. I don't do it on any regular basis. But
I don't plan it out.
Yeah, there's just sometimes that... that happens.
Yeah, I'm just like, fuck it. Using your phone while sitting on the toilet. Everybody does this. This is definitely an everyday thing. It is very gross. Having said that, it is very, very, very gross. Yeah. Because, even when you flush a toilet, have you seen, those videos of, the particles that are released in the air? It's really gross using your phone on the toilet. Yeah. You know, because your phone fucking goes everywhere. I know when I go to the gym, I throw it on the ground. It's, it's pretty gross.
Yeah, I get it.
But it's, the most ideal time to be on your phone.
Yeah.
It's when I feel like I'm at my most peace being on my phone, you know? And taking a call while you're still on the toilet.
I mean, I don't do too many calls. I actually don't do that.
Yeah, I don't make phone calls while I'm on the toilet, but it says and taking. Sometimes I will.
I won't answer a phone call unless it's super. If I'm this is a super serious call and I have to, and I'm already mid shit.
Yeah, somebody better be dying or somebody will be dying. Don't call me while I'm shitting. But
I'll just call them back after I'm done shitting. I don't answer it then.
Yeah.
So maybe I've done this once or twice, but it's not a very common one for me.
Yeah. Not showering for multiple days in a row.
We've talked about this. It depends on what the fuck we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not better than Mila Kunis or Ashton Kutcher. And they don't shower. They said they'll shower if they get dirty. Yeah. But they're not taking showers on a daily basis. Which they're in a place where they can probably afford to. You know, they're probably not doing too much physical labor. Mm-hmm. So I think they can. I go to the gym almost. Yeah. I go to the gym at least 4 days a week. So me thinking about not going and taking a shower after the gym, that's kind of disgusting for me at least. You know. Yeah. But no, not. I don't think there's ever been more than a day that I haven't taken a shower. Because maybe I was at a friend's house or something. I stayed there over the weekend. I just didn't take a shower one of the days. Mm-hmm. But I don't think there's ever been multiple days where I went without a shower.
There definitely has been for me. If I'm just not doing shit, there's definitely been a whole weekend that I just didn't shower. But that's also because I didn't do anything. Yeah. Just sit around, watch TV and shit. So it is gross. I completely understand it. But it definitely happened. I don't do it regularly.
And see, I know these next two because this is what made this list pop up.
Okay.
Sitting with your hand down your pants.
Yeah.
Yes, every day. I do it all the fucking time, especially when it's cold. That is the warmest spot on any human is a man's ball sack. So I just tuck my hands under my balls and treat them like they're like warming pads. And nonchalantly stroking your pubes while you're at it. Yep, I do it. I don't think I do it a whole lot, but I think if I don't have something to fidget with, I'll tie a knot with my pubes.
Like a cherry stem.
The girl goes down on you. She ties her pubes in a cherry, like a cherry stem. Fuck yeah. Dirty little whore. Smelling your fingers after touching different body parts. That's disgusting. Like, I actually think that's gross. Like, don't get me wrong, I've definitely smelled my body. Like, if I'm at the gym and I smell body odor and it's very distinct, I'm like, I hope that's not me.
Yeah.
Because I'm judging the fuck out of somebody right now, and so I'll go like I'm like, what the what's that? Just sneaking in real quick.
Sneaking in a smell is the least sneaky thing you can do. Because, like, even if, like, say you scratch your armpit, you're like, you're not sneaking the smell. But
no.
I actually think it makes it look worse because if someone else smells like shit and then you just go, like, you're definitely, like, everyone's like...
Yeah, there's definitely a risk.
It's that.
There's a possibility you smell that bad. So they're like, oh, that guy's kind of gross, even if it's not him. That's kind of nasty. It's like, I've seen videos, like, to the extreme of this where people will, like, literally have their whole arm down their fucking pants. And, like, because I saw this one woman, she was at a PTA meeting. She had her hand, like, at least, like, wrist deep in her pants. And it was in the back, and she pulls her hand out and goes, and I was like, oh my God. Like, what was she smelling for?
Yeah, there's never a time that I'm like, armpits is the only one I can initially think of.
Yeah.
That because of the obvious, but, like, there's never a time that, like, I'm touching something, I'm like, I should...
I wonder what that smells like.
Yeah, like, I'm like, I need to check that. Like, armpits is, like, the only one if, like, I'm scratched, I'm like, maybe, like...
So you're telling me you've never, like, things have never gotten hot and heavy, and you're like, well, it's been a couple days since I've showered, so I'll wipe some ball sweat off and just, I need to see what she's working with. You never pulled one of those?
I didn't say never, but
yeah. Never say never. Yeah. Never forget. I'm waiting for that Justin Bieber 9/11 combo.
For anyone that doesn't know,
never say never forget.
I'd say that comment was just fucking crazy. I'm waiting for the Justin Bieber 9/11 combo. Is just,
that collab is going to be crazy.
Oh, that was.
You think it's crazy now?
Out of context page is getting even crazier.
So yeah, I have definitely done it. Yeah. It is a gross thing to do, but in all fairness, whenever I do it, I'm doing it out of courtesy to someone else. Like, the one about someone reaching their hand down their pants, I think is a very weird one. Because if I just shit my pants, I'm not just going to be like, I wonder if that's coming from me. That's not my shit. Somebody else also had to shit their pants. Like, nah, I knew that wasn't my shit. I think that's you, Steve. you better check your ass, too.
My shit's roses. Your shit smells like shit.
Wiping away your eye gunk and then marveling at it.
Oh. No.
Yeah, I was like, I definitely use my hands. Like, if I'm like, somebody's like, oh, you got something in your eye, I'll go like that.
Yeah. But
I'll never, that has never even been an option.
Whenever you said and, I was like, what?
Yeah,
what's next?
Yeah, because when I read the other one, I just saw wiping away your eye gunk, and I was like, that's not bad. I was like, that's just kind of gross if you don't, honestly.
Yeah. And
it's kind of gross seeing people just like shitting all over their eye, but to marvel at? Who wrote this goddamn article?
Gross person.
I just couldn't imagine just, I'm in class, it's early in the morning, and I'm just like, goddamn. Like, what are you marveling at?
I don't know. That's weird.
That's really weird and really gross. Seeing how much of the gray gunk you can pile up under your fingernails.
What?
What gray gunk? Are they talking about, like, if lint gets under your finger? What gray gunk?
Yeah, I don't know. Gray?
Gray gunk, not like gray lint. So I'm assuming it's not lint, because if it was lint, they probably would have said it. Not gray gunk. That is fucking what gray gunk?
That's foul. Whatever that is, that's foul. I don't even know.
Dude's out here fucking finger fucking Clayface.
Let's see how much I can get under here.
I can still smell you on me, baby. You and that gray gunk puss. Yeah, this fucking. They expand upon it, and then scraping out that gunk. This is a separate one, and then scraping out that gunk from underneath your nails and examining it.
No, some people are gross.
This is foul.
Yeah,
this is fucking foul.
I really like that word.
Foul.
Yeah, that's a good. I just like that descriptive word.
Yeah. It could be a bird. It could be the teacher from Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah.
Wiping your armpits and then smelling your. I feel like that's kind of same. It says wiping your armpits and then smelling your fingers to see if you're in dire need of more deodorant. No. Again, what we said earlier, I'll definitely go with the sneaky smell. You know, see if it's me that smells like a 380-pound obese person. Not checking the expiration dates on condiments and other foods.
Is it gross to not check?
It's not what I do every day, but I mean, I definitely will, because if I'm like, man, that mayo's been sitting in there for a while. I'm like, when does it expire? Or if it's not like every single time I use it, I'm like, oh shit, is it about to expire? Like, I buy my shit new.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not buying used ketchup, so I'm not really too worried.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking it's not gross. Cause,
yeah, I don't think that's gross. Like, it's definitely. I don't think there's going to be a lot of things gross after the 3 or 4 we just read.
Oh yeah.
Forgetting to check an expiration date is definitely nowhere near that. They should have ended the list on that.
Yeah.
So no, me personally, I don't think that's gross. I mean, I don't know how often they're talking about, because I don't do it every single time.
I actually don't do it very often at all.
Yeah, unless I see like mold on it.
Yeah.
Like if I see a mushroom colony growing on the bread, I'm like, I bet this is expired. You know what? I don't need to check.
Something has to make me want to check.
Yeah, if I'm just like, oh, God damn.
Like, hold on.
I'm like, oh, wait, that might be me. I'm at the gym just doing curls.
So you're doing
I hurt my goddamn neck.
Doing coke and curls.
Coke and curls. Sneezing without covering your mouth and letting it spray everywhere, that is very gross.
Yeah.
That is not something we do every day. That is fucking gross. Yeah. And I have seen people pull down their mask and sneeze and then pull their mask up. It's gross sneezing in your mask, but that's... You have to. You kind of fucking have to. That's what it's there for. You literally... you might as well just take off your mask at that point. You sneeze.
Yeah. I am so used to like sneezing into my arm that when I've wore a mask and I've sneezed, I still like put my arm up.
I do
and
too.
Sneeze into it. And I'm like,
and then you just fucking feel it in your mask, and I'm like, oh God, damn it!
I'm like, who's that for?
Yeah.
Why'd I turn like? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even think that's a gross thing. I think you're kind of a piece of shit if you just let it spray.
Yeah.
If you just have no caution in the world to where that's just weird. Like if someone just sneezes and just. And it's just like, what do you do with your arms when you do that? You just flipping off everybody around you.
You expand it. You hold it like you're yelling. So you can sneeze.
Put a silencer on. Oh, that looks like I'm sucking a dick. You just put a silencer on it.
That's the thumbnail.
Maybe cup the silencer.
Oh, that's the thumbnail.
or covering your mouth and then trying to stealthily wipe your hands on your clothes. I mean, if you're in a tight spot, what else are you supposed to do? You're supposed to keep it on your arms? Yeah. You're supposed to wipe it off on the asshole next to you? Or
just...
Do you want this?
So I gotta find someone to take this.
No, I don't think that's gross. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes,
I do
man.
think it's gross, but I don't think it's weird. Like, you kind of have to. So
yeah, if you're...
It is gross, but what are you gonna do?
This is definitely trashy, by the way it's worded. Hawking a loogie. That is one of the trashiest sentences I could ever hear. Damn, I just hucked a fucking loogie. And then trying to spit it out in one clean glob. Don't get me wrong. There's been days where I've been stopped up or sick, and I just feel buildup, and I do try to hawk a loogie.
Yeah, but I'm not like competing to see if I can get it all.
Yeah, I'm not just gonna. Bowl. Yeah, I'm not just gonna be sitting there like. You know, like, I'm like, I can come back for seconds. Like,
Yeah.
I still have time to spit again, you know? Picking at the dead skin buildup on your feet. Yeah, I do that all the time. Well, actually, I don't have dead skin on my feet all the time, but when I do, I definitely pick at it.
Yeah.
It's definitely
I always
something
notice that I do it, and I'm like, this is gross, and then I'm like, I gotta quit doing it.
Yeah.
But I always catch myself in the act of doing it, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not... I don't always have dead skin on my feet, so it's not an everyday thing. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Smelling dirty clothes to see if they're reusable.
I've definitely done it. Like...
Yeah. With your jeans that you've been wearing for 2 months.
Just smell the dick of them. Just, no, they're good.
These jeans ain't my dick. They're smelling okay. I don't think I've ever done that.
Really?
Yeah. And it's not because I'm just such a clean person. Like, I have literally wore underwear for 4 straight days.
Yeah.
I never once thought to smell them. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I fart like at least 4 times an hour. I don't want to put my head anywhere near these fucking trousers.
Yeah.
So, it's not because I'm a clean person.
Yeah.
I just don't want to know what the smell
Yeah,
is.
I guess that's fair. Yeah.
I know there's a smell. I just don't want to know I'm it.
Yeah. Mine will usually come if, like, I throw a shirt on, like, the ground.
Yeah.
I'm like, was I supposed to put that in the laundry, or was I supposed
Yeah.
to hang that one back up? Like, it's like, oh, it's good. It's good.
Picking at scabs and trying to break them off piece by piece.
Oh.
Now, I pick at scabs, and I really shouldn't.
Yeah.
But it's nothing I'm thinking about. Like, it's not like it'll be something I do, and then I'm like, God damn it, why'd I do that? Because I just had one here, and I was doing that because there was just like one loose part, and then it came off.
Yeah, they just bother me.
Yeah, but I'm never like, oh, I want to take this off piece by piece. That's a fucking serial killer, you know? Playing with and picking at the dry skin on your lips. That's gross. Yeah. I don't do that. Usually my lips aren't that dry. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't pick at it. I might, like, if I feel a piece, I might try and knock it off with my tooth or something. Yeah. Like, I'm like, oh God, like, I just kind of rub at it. But yeah, that's weird shit. Digging for food in your teeth without washing your hands. I've probably done that after a meal. Mm-hmm. Like, if I feel something stuck in my teeth, I don't run to the bathroom first and then come back and just dig.
Every time I've ever eaten popcorn.
Yeah. So it is kind of gross to not wash your hands first, but I'm not going to get up and wash my hands for that. Leaving food out for hours and then coming back to eat it.
I'm bad about it.
I do it. Yeah, I definitely do it.
I'm bad about that.
Yeah, I don't. For hours, I don't think that's gross. Like, if you make, like, I'll just say lasagna and it's been on the stove for like 4 days, like, you're kind of shit, you know.
Oh yeah.
Drinking from a water bottle that hasn't been cleaned in over a month. That's a month. Like, I'm assuming our equivalent would be like, because I definitely don't use a water bottle for over a month. Maybe like how we use like blender bottles and shit.
Yeah.
I definitely, because I use those every day, so I'm not throwing into the dishwasher every day. But I do make it a point to at least clean it once a week. So over a month is pretty gross.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, especially if it's a water bottle, just grab another water bottle. You know, like, you definitely recycled that water bottle enough.
Yeah, and I do. When we used to have water bottles, I've recycled the fuck out of some water bottles.
Yeah,
never a month.
That's a crazy long time.
Yeah, how do you just not like break that water bottle by then?
Yeah, at some point, how do you just not come across another water bottle?
Yeah,
I don't know. Reusing earbuds that have literally never been cleaned. That's gross. I don't do that. Every single time I get done working out, I take off my headphones and I either use my towel or my shirt and just wipe it off. Yeah. Even if there's nothing on there, I'm just wiping
everything off. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking gross. I saw this post on Reddit, and this dude, he posted a picture of, like, in his earbuds, and he said, found out why they're not working. It's just fucking caked in earwax, dude. And people's commenting like, man, I would not have the confidence to post this.
Something that my headphones do that I always try to clean and it just doesn't work. It attracts lint, and I know it's like the magnetic, but it attracts lint.
Yes, it is so frustrating.
And then there's like the black dots if you like scrape at it, and so like,
yep,
I'm always like, man, they look gross.
Yeah, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah,
it sucks. It fucking sucks.
That's always something like I don't like sharing my headphones. So like they look gross.
But they're not. It's kind of, especially with AirPods, they're unavoidable.
Yeah.
Sharing and borrowing deodorant sticks. It's nothing I'll make a habit. I have been in a desperate situation, and I definitely would rather ask someone for their deodorant than not wear deodorant.
I was going to say, it's more gross to just not do it.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, I don't want to ask, so I'm just not going to. It's like, no, just ask. It's okay.
Yeah. Peeing while in the shower. That's
not gross.
It is kind of gross. You know, you got piss on your feet, but if you've ever been to Holiday World, you got piss on everywhere. You know?
Piss on your feet?
Well, I'm sure it doesn't go straight into the drain.
Oh, okay.
Like, if you have a little bit of water buildup, I'm sure some of it swirls around, but no, I'm not just literally just pissing on my toes.
The way you said it just like, that's what it sounded like to me, is like you were just straight pissing on your feet. And I was like, you got some weird things you do in the shower.
That's kind of my business.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd know your shower routine. So,
but no, that is kind of gross. But I do it probably every day. Like, this is probably yeah. It makes me have to piss.
Yeah.
Using the same towel for several weeks or even months without cleaning it. That's gross. I don't think I've ever done that. Several weeks.
Yeah.
So you're at least talking 2+ weeks of not washing a towel that you use.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, like, I can't say I've ever done that.
To be fair, I don't wash my towel. Like,
that's fair. So yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know. I don't think I've ever let a towel just stay that long.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
Clipping your toenails, fingernails, and letting them fly all over the place. How are you clipping your toenails?
Yeah.
You know, you just taking like a machine gun, dude, and just fucking blasting them?
Yeah, no.
Like, when I clip my fingernails or toenails, don't get me wrong, they definitely sometimes will shoot off somewhere, and I'm like, God damn it. Yeah. But I usually try to have a central location. I'm not just like walking through the house holding my fingers in the air and just, you know?
Yeah.
So, no. Climbing into bed in the clothes you wore all day.
Yeah, I'm pretty bad about it.
I don't think there's anything wrong about it. You know, as long as you didn't go like fucking dumpster diving that day or something, or you didn't just go to the gym.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is a very situational. I won't, if I go to the gym, I don't just come home and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to go lay down for a while. No, I'll get the shower first. But
yeah, that can be a very gross thing, but like in our case, I really don't think it is. Like, if me and my girlfriend have been out all day and I come home and I just lay on the bed after, like, if we just literally went to Target and went out to eat.
Shopping.
I don't think there's anything gross about it.
Unless you've just, like, really sweat your ass off. But,
yeah.
I don't know.
All right. Yeah, that was
the last one?
Yeah. Wow. I think overall we're not. That's actually, I did a lot better than I thought I was going to.
I did too. I really thought that.
I thought I was going to be like 29 out of 30 fucking gross, but those 3 in a row that was gross.
That's why that's why at the beginning I was like, say if they're weird, because I was like, every list that has shit like this, there's always like just some really crazy ones, and you're like, who does that relate to?
The fingernail gunk one? Yeah, that was fucking disgusting.
Yeah, I was like, I know there's going to be some dumb ones on here that are just crazy.
Yeah, because that was an activity. That wasn't even like a habit, like oh man, I accidentally picked my fucking scab. Like, that was like I build up gray specifically, gunk under my fingernails, put it into a pile and observe it. Like, that is vile. That is foul. That is any other word you can think of, any synonym for disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all of that. You got a couple things, right?
Yeah, just, last week we kind of did the whole, like, just asked each other questions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I kind of like that, so I came up with a couple.
Neat.
That I saw. One of them is, I saw at the Met Gala, and a lot of the outfits were cool. I mean, I always think that some of them are cool, some of them I'm just like, that's crazy over the top, but who am I? One of them really stood out for a different reason. Chance the Rapper is still wearing the hat with a 3 on it.
Grow up.
Like,
move on.
Yeah, like, I think it's so weird that, like, rappers, especially, like, musicians, they can go through, like, the phases and, like, really, like, change their whole identity. Tyler, the Creator's really good at this.
Yeah.
And, yeah, what the fuck are you still doing? You've already dropped your 3rd mixtape that was for, and an album.
Yeah, like, goddamn, maybe he's like, hey, maybe if I wear this, don't forget that I've released a big day. You just be like, oh, damn, is that his latest project?
Yeah. Yeah, but I just thought that was so weird. And
I didn't see any of his Met Gala pictures.
I only seen the one. It was just him standing and he had the Chance 3 hat on. I'm just like,
move on, dude.
Yeah, like,
find a different thing.
Doing?
Like, goddamn. My whole opinion of him has kind of went negative just seeing how he's responded to people about how bad his fucking album sucked.
Yeah.
Him trying to fire his manager because the album he made sucks. Like, it is just... It's just another thing like we've talked about, like DJ Khaled. Like, once you find out that they're actually not, like, happy-go-lucky people...
Yeah.
You really discover their colors, and everything they do after that, you're just like, shut the fuck up. Yeah. Like, the gig's over, dude. You revealed yourself.
Yep.
The world knows who you are. Stop fucking acting like that, you know? And that's kind of how I am with Chance. So,
yeah.
If I saw somebody else doing that, I'd be like, oh, that's cool. He's still rocking that. Like, you know, that was a pretty big deal. But when I see it on him, I'm like, shut up. Move on.
Yeah.
Get a job, you know?
I saw it, and I was like, no way that this is real. Like, this fucking guy, like, still hasn't moved on from 2 full projects ago. I don't know. I just think it's so weird. Like, especially from an artist that can, like, completely change their identity, and that's the build-up. Like, that's one of my favorite things to see.
Yeah. I thought he was going to say from a guy who literally doesn't move on, because he, if I'm not wrong, the verse in Baby Blue is about his wife, right?
Yeah.
And then he goes on to marry her. So I think he has a habit of not being able to fucking move on.
Yeah, that's fair. You know what? I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think this would be any different.
Yeah.
I mean, move on, Chance.
Yeah.
Come talk about it on our podcast with us. We know you're a fan.
All right. And something that I kind of been thinking about, because I know at the end of this year we're going to do a, like, favorite albums list. And so when comparing albums, what's more important, higher highs or consistency?
Consistency.
Really?
Yes, because if, like, say I'm listening to 2 albums that are like 12 songs long, and there's only like 4 songs on one of the album that's like really, really good, and then the other ones are like, it's okay, then I won't consider that a great album. I'll consider it an album that has great great songs.
But if you had to put one as your favorite, and I know it's hard to compare in a hypothetical.
Yeah.
But
I'm definitely going consistency. Cause,
really?
Yeah. Because, I mean, I'm assuming that even means that, like, consistency, I still really enjoy them, but, like, the songs that are really good on the other album are better than this best.
Yeah.
But then I'll just be like, oh, this is a good album that has, like, like a couple really good songs. But on this one, it's, like, all the way through, I can listen to this album, not skip a fucking song. Yeah, consistency is very much key and very, like, in every aspect of music for me.
Yeah, I was going to say 2 albums, 10 songs long. One of them, every song's a C.
Yeah.
The others have all D's or F's, and then, like, 4 of them that are your absolute favorite songs of the year.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it would have to be crazy songs for me to just overrule the rest of the album.
Yeah.
Because still at that point, I don't think you can call it a good album if, like, I don't know at what ratio, but, like, because, you know, I mean, even albums that I consider damn near perfect, like Blonde, they're not perfect because they have, like, you know, like Facebook Story and Be Yourself.
Yeah.
You know, but, you know, and artists we really enjoy, they, at least one of the biggest things we always talk about with them is their consistency. Yeah. Like Tyler. Tyler is easily my favorite artist, and I think, like, throughout my life and, you know, the different points I've had in my life, Tyler has been very much consistent. Yeah. Like, you know, so, yeah, consistency is a very big thing for me when it comes to artists. Yeah. Really. You know, not just musicians, just, you know, film directors, actors, you know, just artists as a whole. It's consistency. Yeah.
Because I was thinking about it because I was trying to, like, go ahead and get a little ready and try to think of some of my favorite albums of the year. And I was like, there's so many albums this year that I was like, I love half of them. Yes. And don't really care for the other half. I've just found a lot of albums that are like that this year. And
yeah, I mean, they can hold dead weight, and I think it really brings down the album because they're not consistent. Yeah. So, I okay. Yeah, I would say I figured we'd be on the same page about that because we've always talked about that, like, Gambino's up there, too, because of consistency. Kanye West, he's, you know, even at his lows, he's still better than like 90% of the artists out there. So, you know, it might seem like he's not being consistent, but that's from his standard. That's it's a different standard than what literally everybody else works with.
Yeah.
So, you know, Kanye on a bad day is better than probably your favorite rapper on their best day. You know,
which is crazy to think about, but
it's just a different league. You know, I mean, there's just different levels.
Some people are just better at things.
Some people are just fucking better. And if you want to bring this shit full circle, that is why TSU is not my favorite song right now.
Yeah.
It is. There is such a low at the beginning of it. I love like 75% of the song, but that literal first fucking minute, it sucks so bad that I can't just be like, this is a great song. I always have to say, this is a great song. And then I just like, we'll accept if you took this off, and then it's a great song. But yeah, it's kind of hard to call it a great song when it's not even the last minute either.
No, the last minute would be even easier.
You just skip it, but you can't skip the first minute. You have to like slide over to it. But you know, like if you have your AirPods in, you could just click it, skip next or whatever. You even just open your phone, hit it instead of having to be like, all right, 45. Oh, fuck, I went too far. God damn it, not enough. And you know, so goddamn, I don't know why he did that. A really piece of shit move. He should have made that its own thing. Like at least had the common decency. Make that like track number 5 or something, and then TSU 6. Like, goddamn, just I don't know. Do it at the beginning. Like with International Players Anthem, they had the decency to be like, all right, everybody else on this song fucking did horrid. So we're gonna put Andre first. We don't. You don't have to stay around and listen to us if you don't want. We know why you're here. Listen to Andre, and then you can do whatever you want. If you want to stay around, cool. If not, fine.
Yeah, that's a great. Yeah,
like that's kind of the theme I have here today.
Yeah,
if you like it, cool.
Yeah,
if you don't, not, cool.
Yeah, those are the two. That I thought were neat.
Yeah, no, I really like those. Consistency is key, man.
Yeah, I always talk about that.
Sorry, I just realized I'm scratching my pit on screen.
I always talk about consistency more when it comes to like discographies more than I talk about it in an album.
Yeah. I think to a slightly less degree it can be held. You know.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
nothing else.
I feel pretty caught up. Yeah. I mean, shout out the fact that every person on the main card that I thought was going to win last night won.
The fight.
Yeah.
Did you get it all 100%?
I got it all. I didn't get like exact rounds or stuff like that, or even how they would win, but I did get all of the main event right.
Yeah. On my picks, I took who I wanted to win a lot more than I took who I thought would.
Yeah.
So I was wrong on 2.
I know. I wish we could legally gamble in Kentucky.
I know. It'd be.
I would have made some money last night if I could have even put up just. Well, actually, probably not, because I think for the most part I voted for the favorites. Because like I had Volkanovski winning, I had Valentina winning, I had Curtis Blades winning. Robbie. I had Robbie winning. I had Andrade winning.
Oh, was it all favorites that won?
Was on. Maybe the only one I'm doubting is Andrade. She may have not been a favorite.
I think she was, though.
Yeah.
So I think every favorite won last night.
Yeah, because Blades was the favorite. I know Shevchenko was the favorite. Volkanovski, I think, was the favorite. So, yeah, I pretty much nailed that with zero backbone to disagree. I did not take a single risk, and I was like, shout out to me for betting what they told me to.
All safe bets, 100%.
Playing it safe over here, man.
Easy money.
Yeah, I'll say I did it literally for experience points on a fucking app.
Yeah.
Yeah, so go me, I guess.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
If you ain't got nothing else, that's it.
Yeah. I'll say we got shit. I could wait another week.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And that's been Jammin with Kron Rex.